and a man who is at the forefront, a man who helped make it happen, the great Fernand Lopez of MMA Factory. He's our first guest of the day. What an event, what a day, what a night. I'm sure you're still on cloud nine, Fernand, right? What a night. You'll never forget it, right?
Amazing. That was quite, that's something that I never witnessed in my life. That was special, different, just amazing.
And for the record, your team, MMA Factory, you went 4-0?
3-0.
3-0.
We had Taylor Lapidus was supposed to fight, but he had the broken hand and he couldn't fight, so we had 3 fighters and we did 3 victory. Yeah.
I didn't have the pleasure of being there. Could you tell us, for those who weren't there, like, could you even describe what the atmosphere was like? Like, even during the main event, when Ciryl is fighting Tai Tuivasa and they start singing the national anthem, the French national anthem, like, what is going on in your mind, your body? Can you even describe the emotions that you were feeling?
I was shocked. I couldn't keep my serious. I wanted to keep composed, like to be serious, but I couldn't. I was laughing. I was, smiling, looking at my friend Benjamin Safati, because in France, the national anthem is something that some young people used to boo when you have soccer, and for them, the anthem is like when they boo the anthem is because they feel like this is the way to say no to the government on something, And I was scared of that. Like when they start, I was like, okay, I will have the half of the venue booing the national anthem because this is this is the government. And sometimes you have that duality that you have in football. And no, they sing since all of it. They sing all of it, and in the end, they claps for themselves. Like all the 15,000 people clap for themselves. That was just crazy.
Were you expecting this? Like, obviously, you knew, it's sold out, all that, but like, were you expecting this type of atmosphere?
I didn't, because I thought that could be like that, because in my small show, Ares, Ares is a small show in Paris, and we have only 3,000 people in the venue, 3,600. And I know that when you have French people fighting, there's the energy is something else. The how to say that, I don't know, the vibe are different in Europe. When they start to roots for someone, the vibe are quite different. So I thought that I could be like that, but I didn't believe how huge that could be. Like at some point they were singing this song that sang "Qui ne saute pas ne parle français." Hey, means who do not jump is not French. So you have 15,000 people jumping at the same time.
Wow.
And the building was shaking. Like when William Gomis was fighting, when Nasruddin was fighting, and I was helping Ciryl Gane to warm up. The building was shaking because of 50,000 people jumping around, together in the same time. Amazing.
They have to come every year now, right? Like this is fait accompli.
They have to come like at least 2 times per year. They have to. They have to. To be honest with you, I believe if they decide to bring this in the stadium, they can fill up the stadium in France, which is 80,000 people. The only problem is that the stadium in Paris is not covered. And they will not take any chance to just go there without controlling the weather. But actually, they can. There were like more than 200,000 people in the standby list to buy the tickets.
Really?
It's insane.
200,000?
Yeah.
Wow. But again, like I knew that there was demand. I knew that the scene was growing, thanks in large part to you and your team. I guess I didn't really expect there to be that kind of atmosphere, like that type of passion. And I'm wondering if it even surprised you, right? Because like you've seen it all in France, but I don't, and also the French fans aren't really known to be like the UK fans, the Irish fans, like that loud and boisterous. I feel like they really showed up on Saturday.
Well, my first interview that they asked me, I said that I think that the French audience are the most underrated. Like
Huh.
myself, I thought that they are the most like I didn't really expect that to happen. I didn't know that they can put that show like all the entire time. They didn't rest like all the entire time. That was just funny. I couldn't speak. The coaching was very hard. Like I needed to wait between two songs so I can just give some information to my father because they were so loud.
That is amazing. What about Cyryl's performance? How did you feel about it? Never seen him get rocked before like that. Dropped very briefly in the second, but he comes back and looks amazing in the third. He finishes him in the third. Overall, how did you feel about the performance, especially considering what happened in January against Francis?
I wasn't surprised because again, this is a fight. You know that can happen, right? You know that Bam Bam can hit hard, and the only thing that we know is that people don't know how good is Ciryl of on ducking punches. But I think that sometimes you can just miscalculate your distance, and this is what happened. Like, how to say, Travasa was throwing hooks, and the distance that he had with hooks was a little bit shorter than when he throw a straight punch. And he engaged everything, the hips, the shoulder, everything, and then become and had that distance that he needed to reach to Ciryl, and he touched him. And I felt like, oh, this is the worst case scenario that I thought that can happen when he fought. And when he fell, I feel like, okay, this is it. I think that we're done here.
Wow.
And yeah, I had 3 seconds that I was scared to death.
Wow.
And then he grabbed, and then I saw him coming back and putting the head between the leg and try to grab Tatuvasa's leg. Then I understand that he's aware of where he is now, and he will just use the protocol, which is when you get hit, try to hide your head, close the closer possible to your opponent, and just rest a little bit and recover. And that's what happened. And after that, it just started to move again. Good footwork, accuracy on the jab, and I knew that he's back. I knew that he's back. And after that, I was like, okay, we went to after the run when I went there to see him and for for the pause, and I said to him, okay, this is what we was looking for. I mean, I've been telling you that you were made for dogfight, and I said to you, when the dogfights come, when the shit hits the fence, I know that you will come. The dirty kid on you will come back, and that's it. We are here, so don't back down. Let's go there and try to finish him. And that's exactly what he did.
Wow. So in a weird way, do you feel like this kind of unlocked something in him that, getting into this dogfight now will make him into an even better fighter as opposed to a worse fighter because he was rocked?
Absolutely. When we back from the UFC 270 against Francis with that loss, when we had the first time that we had we had the meeting to debrief on that fight, I simply asked to Ciryl, what do you want? What do you feel like you want? Do you want to be this average fighter that can win fight and lose fight, or do you want to be a goat? If you want to be a goat, then you have to go deeper than that. You have to give more than that. You can't just take this like a game. You can just keep playing around. You need to, go deeper than that. And so in the training camp, what we start to do is push him get the tank empty. That was the first goal. How to get the tank empty, which is Ciryl have that thing that we you guys call, I mean, I think in English is fuse. The
Huh.
thing that when you have any problem, you just jump and then cut everything and save the body. So he have that fuse on him that when he get tired and then the body is getting on the red side, the fuse will just shut down everything and then make him move around and then make him save the energy so he can get back to the green. He never get to the red. He's like green, orange, and go back to the green. So every time that you end the training, you never see Ciryl Gane exhausted, like exhausted. You never got him in that situation. But this time in this training, what I asked him is that don't stop. Don't just fight to be better than your sparring partner. Fight to be better than yourself.
Mm.
Just go till you empty the tank. And that paid because he had to go very hard, very stronger. And one thing that he wouldn't do in the training session was to hit someone and try to hurt him. Like he will make sure that he dissuade you to come take him down or he dissuade you to come punch him, but he will just make sure that he beat you the small that is enough to beat you. But now in the training camp, he's going not full yet, but he's going for it. Like he's really going for it. Like if he come to knee you on the belly, he will send a very powerful knee, and you will take a knee because you get punished, and then we go forward. So all these things together with that knockdown that we had in that fight, I think that will make him better fighter because now I can test it and you know that this is the reality. This is who I am. I can tell right now that he's happy for the performance. He's happy, even happy that he had that knockdown and then went back from that knockdown, which is, which show that he have a chin. He can come out and have a good outcome from a dogfight, and that's what we was looking for.
By the way, after the Francis fight, because it was such a big deal fighting for the belt, he said all the right things. But from what you were seeing, from what you were feeling from him, were you worried that he wouldn't bounce back? Were you worried that this would, be a major setback in his career?
Well, you always scare a little bit. You always have that, uh, that guess that you don't know exactly what would happen. Remember when we went back from the loss against Cipe when I was with Francis.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was scared for the coming back, and then we went with Derek Lewis, and that was even worse.
Right.
And after that, the book Francis a fight in Beijing, in China, against the worst opponent that you can have. That was Curtis Blade for the second time. And going in that fight, I was very scared. Like for the first time, I was for the first time, Francis was attempting to talk with a psychologist, with someone who can talk to him about the mental conditioning, because we were scared. And you can tell after that win against Curtis how happy we were in the corner. We jumped like crazy because, not because Curtis was that strong, because we did beat Curtis before in the beginning of Francis' career, but because of the fact that we didn't know if Francis is still there or if he's gone. So that's what happened. We didn't know if Ciryl is still there or if there's something on him that's gone. And I'm happy that he passed that test very successfully.
So now who would you like to see Ciryl fight next? Because this is a big question.
I would like to see Ciryl fight the one who will be fighting for the belt.
Ah.
The only goal that we have is the belt. In the MMA story, I don't remember someone who finished who is number one, who finished the number 3 in the ranking and who didn't get the belt. So I believe Ciryl is legit to have the title shot back. no matter if it's the interim, no matter if it's the spirit, no matter who it is. I mean, I don't believe on that uh, on that story that they want to sell to everyone. That okay, let's put it simple. John Jones is the man. He's a court. Stipe is the man. Francis is the champ. We know that. But again, I don't believe that there's a story that everyone have to align with that and say, okay, you know what? I will just sit down and wait when these three men finish the fight, and maybe one day they will give me a title shot.
Mm.
There's thing going on. We don't really know what's going on about the negotiation. We don't know what's going on about the medical stuff and everything. But as soon as Ciryl is ready, because he just got the surgery today on his hand, so he will be ready in 3 months. As soon as Ciryl is ready, we want to go for the belt, for the title, no matter where is the title. So that's what we were looking for.
So do you think there's a chance that they do him versus John Jones?
They didn't speak to me about that yet.
Okay.
But I know that one clause in Ciryl Gane contract said that if you fight with John Jones, this is what amount of money you will have.
Oh, yeah.
So since the last contract, we have that clause saying in the contract that there's a possibility to fight John Jones. If that happens, this is the amount of money that you have. So what I'm saying is that I'm a promoter on RS,
Yeah,
the major league in France. So I totally understand the business sport, which is we want to go to the one who's selling the more pay-per-views, which is probably John Jones. That being said, if there's any opportunity that the calendar or the schedule do not match, Ciryl will be there to take whoever they give him.
so if they come to you with someone like Curtis Blades, how do you feel about that?
If it's for the interim belt, let's go.
So it's interim, undisputed, or no thanks?
No, I don't like to say nothing.
Okay.
That's not my mentality to say, to try to blackmail people and say
No.
or this or nothing.
Right.
I'm just saying that you ask me my will,
Yeah.
what I would like to. This is what I like to. But again, I'm not the boss. If they decide that they will give something else, well, we like to get busy. We like to stay busy. But again, if you ask me my will, I think that Ciryl just showed that he can bring what it takes to sell a good fight, like a good main event on pay-per-view, and I think he's number one, and just beat the number 3 in the good way possible. And I think that this is the time to get back to that strap. Yeah.
By the way, if I were to ask you to rank in terms of who you think is the toughest challenge right now, Francis, Stipe, John Jones, how would you rank them? Number 1 being the toughest, 3 being, they're all tough guys, but how would you rank them?
John Jones.
John Jones, number 1?
Yes.
Even though he hasn't fought in 2.5 years and never fought at heavyweight and all that stuff? Why?
I believe it because his fight IQ is.
Yeah.
I mean, like the best way to beat Ciryl is to play the fight IQ, because it's about choices, and so yeah, I really think that is more dangerous because of that. I definitely think that is the number 1 danger.
So you'd say John and then who?
Oh my goodness.
You crazy guy.
You're
what?
So crazy.
Why am I crazy? I'm just curious how you would rank them.
Jesus Christ.
What? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Oh, Francis.
Francis
John Jones is the first danger. The second one is Francis. And I think that
Stipe.
Stipe is a hard one, but it's still the less dangerous
Sure.
right now at this time, at this moment for Ciryl Gane.
I can see that. I can see that. By the way, I know you were both in the building. Any chance to speak to Francis, bury the hatchet, talk, say hello, anything like that?
I say hello to him. Yeah, I said hello to him.
Did he say hello back?
Yes.
Wow.
I shake his hand. Yes.
You should. Why? That's big.
Why? I mean, come on, let's go. I mean, we have to move on.
I like
shake his hand, and
you want to bury the hatchet.
That was very, very long time ago. I told you I was in your show, and I told you that this is over me. I mean, I'm not talking on this matter anymore. I mean, again, to be honest with you, there's things that to be honest with you, I regret to have even be vocal on this.
I get it.
Because, again, you might be mad, you might be frustrated, but the smart people understand that there's not all the truth that are good to say. Because people don't listen to you, they don't care about what happened. I mean, they're not interested by the truth, they're interested by the fact that there's a champion out there. And they see that you're a bitter man and you try to just bring him to the test, So that was stupid to try to be vocal on that. I mean, that was frustration from me because I was mad and I thought that because I think that is true, then it's something that can be said. And I think that most of people, you just have to suck it up and then that's it. And so
have you talked? Have you talked like before Saturday, before seeing him? Any sort of olive branch? No, okay. But in your mind,
no.
C'est fini. You're moving on. No bad blood. Life's too short. Life's too short.
Absolutely. That was just in my mind with my people, with Markel, his manager.
Yeah.
We're talking with Markel, and I did talk with his coach, and but again, I'm just saying that you can. There's things that
I like it.
Do not make sense. When you invite me, you want me to give you some new information, some things, and I can't just stay there and try to release my frustration. That makes no sense. So I'm sorry for that. I should. I mean, that makes no sense, and I just want to move forward. And life is too short. I have so much good thing going on, and I have so much talent guy coming up in my factory right now. And that's it. And he have a good life, and he's doing great. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for myself. Everything is good. Let's just move on.
That is beautiful. Well, it's very clear that you have a lot of good things going on. The scene is on fire over there in France. A lot of credit should go to you, what you've built, what you've done over there. So I was very happy for you and wanted to have you on to talk about it all. And in a matter of seconds, we'll talk to Ciryl about his win as well. Fernand, thank you so much for the time. Félicitations to you and l'équipe. And I'm sure it's a night that you will never forget, and you certainly deserve it, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ariel, and bye-bye. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mon ami. Fernand Lopez joining us, the head man over at MMA Factory. So that's one side of the story. Obviously,